Hey everybody. Cut that part out.
Yeah.
Cut that shit, millennial pause.
You start. Go ahead.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to the first episode of Pickle-On. I'm Sam.
And I'm Jack.
Nice to meet you all.
Yeah.
What?
Did you say nice to meet you all?
Yes.
What? What?
Why would I say that?
Hello, everybody. Welcome to the first episode of Pickle-On. My name is Sam.
And I'm Jack.
We just wanted to start a podcast, a YouTube channel. We are so passionate about pickleball. We're obsessed with pickleball, I would say. And we want to bring some content. We're not sure yet which direction this is going to go, but we just wanted to get started and get it going. And we'll get feedback and we'll take it from there.
Yeah, we play a ton of pickleball. We watch a ton of pickleball videos,
Yep.
whether it's pro stuff, whether it's reviews. We're into all of it.
Exactly.
It's definitely become an obsession for us. Just to start off, we'll tell you a little bit about ourselves. I'm Jack. I just turned the ripe old age of 40, along with all the aches and pains that come with it. So it's a fun time to be playing pickleball. I have some background in tennis, but pickleball has just been my sport for the last probably year and a half or so. It's been a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm turning 50 in about a week, actually. We're having a big party, right?
Yep. He is.
And I have way more aches and pains, but I'm obsessed. I also started about a year and a half ago. I got Jack into it like a few weeks into it. I was like, you got to try this sport, man. And he got addicted just like I did.
Yeah.
And I'm probably around a 4.0, maybe a tad less, maybe a tad more, depending on how Duper's feeling that day.
Yeah.
Yeah, we've been playing nonstop. I've been playing like 5-6 days a week for the last year and a half at least, and it's been amazing fun.
Yeah, we're always working on our game. Unfortunately, not probably in the most beneficial of ways, i.e. drilling. How we work on our game is I feel like we just buy new paddles and gear and stuff all the time, which is the wrong way to do it.
We are obsessed. We're paddle freaks, so we bought a lot of paddles, and we just love trying them out and the new stuff and the new technologies. And Jack likes to get the crazy ones, like the one behind me, and you know.
No practicality at all in it whatsoever. I've never played with it, but the design looks awesome.
Yeah, exactly.
So I'm like, I'm just gonna get it because I love pickleball.
You have the Adidas, what's it called?
The metal bone. The metal bone.
Yeah, the tin can, I call
Not-
it, because it
not
sounds
great.
like a tin can.
It sure does. It sure does.
And it's their first shot at, trying to get big on the pickleball, so I hope their second shot is better. But
You know, they've had more paddles than that before, right? Rafa Hewitt's been playing with them for a while now.
Oh, okay.
This is I felt like this was their first serious entry. That
Maybe
didn't
it was
turn
the
out
first
too
serious
well.
entry.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
Based on
it's a hit and miss, but hopefully they learn from it, right?
Yeah, we started with our carbon paddles. We're big carbon fans right off the bat. Those were the Gen 1 thermoformed, right? And then we went into the Hyperion CFSs.
Yep.
Carbon.
Carbon's second gen too.
Yep.
After that.
Yep. So into the thermoformed. So Carbon Legacy Pro, I think, was probably our big intro into the thermoform space. Sam, fortunately, sells all his paddles, so he doesn't.
No, I still have about 10 of them.
I know, I mean, but you still come out like relatively on top. I usually keep all mine, so I have a good, 15 or so paddles all strewn around the house or so. But yeah, Gen 2 thermoformed, and now we are basically on our Gearbox Fusions. That's the Power Pro Fusion or Integra now. That's what it's called. We love that paddle. We've both settled on it. Tons of power, like you've probably heard if you're into pickleball at all. Hard to control, but once you get used to it, it's just
Once you learn how to control it,
yeah,
it's a fantastic paddle, but
it's hard to play with anything
you
else.
still get a little bit nervous when you're like third shot drop or dinking. When I go back to any other paddle now, I find like the third shot drop or the dinking is just like effortless or like less stressful. With a gearbox, it's a little bit you're on edge, or maybe I'm tightening up my grip a little bit too much, but I'm trying to get used to it because I love the power.
Yes, yeah, the power is amazing. We've done DBDs, double black diamonds, the Rubies, the Infinity. I diverted into the Rhombus Pulsar a little bit, which I liked for a bit. We did Selkirk Invictus.
I have a Selkirk Lux that I just
Yep.
got, but
Yep.
it's like the complete opposite from the gearbox. I'm not sure I'm gonna use it, honestly.
Yeah, Sam's been diverted kind of into the Selkirk. He's done some of the Labs paddles, the 003.
I like the
006.
006. I like the 006. It's just
Spinny. Very spinny.
it's very spinny.
nice.
Yeah.
I could not do it. It's too soft of a paddle. for
Was
me.
it?
Yeah.
Interesting. I think the DBD is softer than the 006.
Yeah. I mean, but I love the Infinity is it's very soft hitting, but I feel like I got the control.
We
with it.
digress.
Yes, sorry. We love paddles.
We love
in case
paddles.
you haven't
We'll
heard
talk
of
a lot more about paddles.
I
It's
hope you-
actually
Yeah.
one of our topics and towards the bottom, but
Yeah.
of our list. But let's get into it now since we're there.
Yeah.
We were gonna do some paddle reviews. We're not sure exactly what form it's gonna take. We're trying to think of a different way, less
Yeah.
specs and less
Yeah.
technical, less engineering, and more about the feel and how it plays in different situations and that kind of stuff.
Yeah, I mean, if you're looking for specs out there, there are plenty of people who just like have it nailed down. Chris Olsen being the OG, probably Pickleball Studio.
And John Q is getting really good with his videos and his specs. So
Yeah,
you know,
he's got that lovely graph that you like. I forget what it's called, the radar or whatever that
yeah.
power spin spider radar
I think
graph.
he keeps adding some sort of graphic in every single video. Like every video you see, he updates a graphic or a color or something. Yeah.
So we probably won't get into the technicalities of it. We want to talk about how different paddles can kind of fit different styles. One of the things we want to do is get maybe a few of us together. We have some friends that we play with, luckily.
You want to do a paddle draft,
A
right?
paddle draft,
Tell
yes.
me what that is.
So coming from the world of fantasy football or fantasy sports, I love drafting things.
Okay.
So kind of drafting and kind of giving your reason why. Why did I draft the Gearbox Fusion, right? How does it fit my play style? How would it fit your play style? What is our play style? Which, unfortunately to say, I feel like I started as a banger. I'm still pretty banger heavy. Really working on that third shot drop. Sam softened up his game a lot. He has a lot more control and he's got a lot of spin. So I'm a little jealous of Sam's progression. I need to get there still.
Is anybody going to win anything from that draft?
What's that?
Is anybody going to win anything from that draft?
Yeah. How would somebody
have any
win something?
sponsors?
Not yet, no.
Anybody want to sponsor us?
Exactly.
No, we'll just buy a paddle if we have to, or give them your Adidas metal bone.
Yeah. Feel free. You guys can have it. But absolutely, yeah, we'll have some kind of prize associated with it. We're going to be the ones drafting, but maybe we'll be very engaged with you guys in the comments, and as people make comments and stuff like that, we'll do a random giveaway or something like that in the future. We'd love to talk to you guys and hear about your love of pickleball and your journeys too.
Yep.
Yeah.
So for the new people out there, let's talk about like how to get in the game and some tips maybe on how to get started.
Yeah, we kind of just went into it. I'm not sure how you were introduced to it. Sam introduced me to it. We started basically at an indoor court, which they're popping up everywhere around the nation.
Especially in
Pickleball.
Arizona. Arizona is becoming a mecca for those.
Absolutely. So we are in Arizona. So there are so many indoor places that keep popping up. Did you see there's one in Mesa that's coming up not
I
too?
saw that on record,
Yeah.
right? Yep.
Yeah.
I saw
I'm
that
like,
today.
When was this? When was this
I
happening?
never heard of it until this morning.
Yeah, a bunch of Pickler locations who just merged with the PPA.
Yep.
Pickleball Kingdom is the one that we've been going to in Tempe. Pickle Mall, Center Court is coming to a few different locations. Chicken
Looking
and
forward
Pickle.
to Center Court.
Yeah, Center Court sounds fun. Chicken and Pickle is more casual eatery with some indoor courts, and they're nationwide too. But
Yep.
that's how we kind of went into it and looked at open play times and just started seeing where our skill level was, because it's usually divided up by skill level. You find out what kind of system they have going, and you just kind of play, and you meet friends so fast
Yep.
in pickleball. And then once you kind of start building some contacts, you get some phone numbers, you get a crew going. Now I feel like we have a lot of people we want to play with, but it's just we kind of stick to our core group, which is so
We do.
tough.
We do. Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's a ton of fun. Just
So fun.
don't get intimidated in the beginning. Just get started. Usually most places are going to have like different levels at different courts. Go there, and when you feel like you're starting to outgrow that level, just move to the next court. It's going to be intimidating for a few days, but just stay with it. You're gonna become one of the guys and gals, and you're gonna move on. So just don't be intimidated. It's a pretty friendly crowd in general. Pickleball,
In general,
you know
yeah,
what I mean?
absolutely.
I had no idea. I remember my first time going after that 101 class. I went in there in open play because I made a membership, and I went to the courts that were 4-5, and I was probably not even
Stupid.
It was my first game, and me and a buddy of mine were like, "Do you guys want to play?" And they looked at us weird, and they're like, "Yeah," and of course they pickled us, and but they were nice enough to play with us a game, and then they left after that game. But they didn't reject us at least.
Yeah, that's good. Yeah, and most outdoor places too, they have a kind of a paddle type system as well, and usually you can kind of tell which courts are separated by the more advanced or the more beginner players. But it's all pretty easy to figure out. Go with a buddy. That always helps. Confidence in numbers, but
Big time.
2 or 4 is the best number to go with. Any kind of odd number is kind of hard to kind of get a pickup game with. So that's what I would kind of recommend.
Agreed.
But now that we're playing more and more, I feel like we want to learn more. We're kind of hitting plateaus, I would say, at our.
We've hit plateaus for sure, and I'm not super happy about it. So what we would have done differently is probably drill a lot more, right?
Yeah, that's the tip of the day, I think.
Because of our background, I have some tennis background, I have some squash background, I have some table tennis background, and you have a lot of tennis background. But and we were like better than a lot of people we played with in the beginning, but then they started excelling more than us. But I think the difference is they drilled. I saw them come in and reserve courts and drill, and we just loved playing so much that we just never drilled. Every time we go, we just want to play.
Yeah.
And so that's great and fun and everything, but we want to get better, and the only way to do that is really drill.
Yeah, still to this day, I still want to play, but absolutely drilling, and you can drill by playing. There's certain drills that you can do. When you're playing with people, focusing on certain shots, making sure that you're not banging or you're working on that third shot drop. It's nice even when you're drilling by playing that you get a variety of shots as opposed to drilling where it's the same shot over and over, which is a little less realistic. But
absolutely,
working on your game, just make sure you kind of work on your game if you want to get better. Casual players, obviously welcome. I mean, we've been playing to play, just playing games this whole time, so I can't really admonish anybody for not drilling. It's just, I think if we want to take our game to the next level, I've developed some really bad habits that I want to get rid of, and it's hard at this point. So now it's time to drill some of those habits out.
Yeah, I started writing some drills in my notes app in my phone, and I have quite a collection now.
That's nice. Yeah. And I asked Sam after all of his drill lessons, what did he learn, so that I can take notes on it myself, because I'm too cheap and I don't have the time.
I started a class. I just finished the 3rd week. The 4th week is going to be this Monday. It's called The Road to 5.0, and it's at Pickle-On. By the way, they have really good programs, and I wish more places had the same program. They have a pickleball director over there. His name is Zach. He's really creative, and he does a lot of leagues and MLP style leagues, regular style leagues, tournaments, classes, ladders, all sorts of stuff. So I wish more and more places had that. But back to the subject, basically it was a 4-week class. Once a week, it's 2.5 hours. The first week, 2 weeks were done by Kyle from That Pickleball Guy, very, very famous on YouTube. I'm sure most of you guys know him. And it was hands-on with him, and it was fantastic. The 3rd week, he wasn't there, and I wasn't sure how it was going to go. But actually, it was fantastic. It was folks from Pickle-On, and they taught us some stuff, and then we drilled them, and then we played, and it was fantastic. It was an amazing learning experience. So I'm going to do more and more of these kind of lessons, and probably find a coach as well. Yeah,
Pickle-On has really kind of opened up, pickleball teaching to you, and I feel like tournaments-wise to you too. You've been in 2 MLP tournaments now, I think,
2
and
MLP
then
tournaments.
You're playing in leagues. So I think that's a big advice for people who are looking to open up an indoor pickleball place, how you differentiate yourself from other indoor pickleball places, because there's so many that are opening up. It really comes down to the programs that you offer. Obviously, the events that you offer for different corporate events and everything like that. But really to engage your core group, I think it's really getting really cool tournaments like the MLP style stuff, really making sure that people are playing with people around the same level. There's variety, there's lessons to target people, but just making sure that it's well advertised and well targeted towards your demographic. So it's tough. We've seen some other indoor places kind of not do that as much, and it's just not as engaging, I would say. And we've seen some of them fall by the wayside, get a little deserted comparatively.
It's interesting because, like, pickleball by itself is engaging enough. Like,
Yeah,
you know what I
that's
mean?
true.
Like, like I don't need anything else to engage me. But when there's 5 different places that are indoors and I choose only one to do a membership, that kind of stuff matters. But ultimately, what matters the most is the group of people that are playing there.
Yeah.
You know, like we go to one place because the core group that Jack mentioned earlier keeps going to that place. If one of us switches, the chances are all of us are going to switch to that same place, right?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. So big thing, just keep playing with your friends, and variety is always good. The open play is always nice, because you're not going to be playing the same style of people every time. So people keep you on your toes no matter where you go.
Absolutely.
It's always fun. But yeah, that's basically kind of what our channel boils down to, and some of the things we want to talk about. And we want to talk about not just paddles in the future, but different gear that we've been using, shoes, different type of tape, lead tape, over grip, stuff like that. Stuff that just has helped us along with our game as we kind of evolve, and as pickleball evolves. It's growing and taking off so fast. There's so much new technology, so many new changes to the rules in game that we'll tell you, and we'll tell you whether we hate or love the rules.
Yep.
I'll tell you which rule I hate. That the Masters, where they did the drop serve. Oh, that looked ugly. That seemed very hard for the pros, and it didn't seem to slow down the serve as much as they were
some
thinking.
people had just as strong serves. They figured it out, so it's kind of like pointless. But.
So they were piloting like a drop serve below the top of your hip, and you could not have any upward propelling of the ball, or obviously spin like normal. And it didn't seem to work out well.
I don't think it worked.
No.
While I was watching, I was like, I hope they see that this experiment failed and they just, axe it. But.
Yeah. But anyways,
just want to keep it short for the first episode. Want to introduce ourselves. Want to talk a little bit about beginnings of, how to start pickleball if you're new to it.
Yeah.
And comment below what you'd like to see. We will evolve this channel as we see and as we get feedback. We have a few ideas. We have a series we might do with a professional, so we might do that too. So stay tuned and pickle on.
Pickle-On. Smash that subscribe and like button. Thank you guys so much.